What do you love the most?
Ooh. Um, like, are we talking about generalities
It's up for
or
interpretation.
like people or
It's up for interpretation. That's why I like the question, because it can go
wow.
so many different
What
ways.
do I love the most? I love being with my wife
Mm.
in a relaxed setting and just hanging out. That's really, if you were to ask me that. But keep in mind that that answer is based off of what that answer is based off of what happens when that's not happening, right? So I'm here every single day from like 8:30 to 6 o'clock on my feet, going back and forth, curating the experience for all of you, right? Like I am dead tired at the end of the day,
Of course.
right? Multiply that times 5 days, right? And like by the end of Friday, I'm like, I'm done,
Tapped out.
and this is what I love doing, right? Right. If you were to ask, you would have asked me that 10 years ago, may have been different. I probably would have said, I love eating food. Don't we all?
Right.
But I love I mean, if we're going to get into that, I love the experience of eating food, right? Like, and I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to food.
Oh, of
Like,
course.
I actually had a really good conversation with a friend of mine yesterday.
Mm.
He's vegan. Raku, he's downstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, have you ever had 45-day old dry aged ribeye? And I'm like, yeah, that's a hell of an experience,
Hmm.
right? I love that. Like, and it's just a steak. You don't have it with salt. You don't have it with sauces. It is a pure experience,
Yeah.
right? When I bite down into that steak, to that piece of steak, I'm like, this is the reason why our ancestors hunted and gathered and cooked. Like,
That man loves food.
it was just so delicious to me, right? Like, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. So
Yeah.
I look forward to when we have reservations. And to be honest, I don't think there are any dry aged steak places here in Gainesville, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good steak places, good steak restaurants, but boy, I mean, you gotta fork down the money for that.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's totally worth it.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
So my follow-up question to that, to what you love the most, what breaks your heart?
Oh, yeah, man. I think it's very similar to you, actually. I hate seeing people on the streets, man. Like, it just breaks my heart to see the people that society and community has forgotten about
Why?
because they deserve better.
Yeah.
They just deserve better. And I suspect that a lot of it is not their fault. We've failed them, right?
Yeah.
Whether we failed them through education early on, whether we failed them through proper social nets, whether we failed them, like, we've failed them, right? And that's just sad. I don't think it's right that we can call ourselves the greatest nation in the world and we see what we see outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not right.
Is there an the life that you've lived so far, do you think that it's been able to help you find the in-between of those two questions and really solve a problem?
I'd like to think so. That's a TBD question. Ask me again in like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's possible that yes, and it's possible that no.
I mean, the life, I would say the reason why it's answerable now is because it's just what you've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you found that problem in between those two questions. I ask those two questions a lot because I believe that if a person truly understands what they love the most and what breaks their heart, they'll be able to find that purpose. They'll be able to find that reason why. Because usually they go hand in hand. And, you know, some people apply it to their personal life. Some people apply it to their career. And that's why I love the question so much, or the questions so much, is because you can really see where somebody's heart and where their mind is at based off of their answers.